Whoa, yeah. No, 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 no. Welcome back to Zmari Talks. I am your host, Zmari, and in this session, I must be here with you. Let's go. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him I will trust. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. In their hands shall they bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot, because He has set His love upon me. Therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Let's start here. Guys, this week we're going to be talking about boss up. Like, boss up. Why? Because this year we're being bold and unapologetic in who God has called you to be on the earth. Now, this episode might be a bit controversial because we're going to talk the things. We're going to talk the things. I don't have any other stencil or anything to look at other than my life. And if it's one thing that I've identified in my life, it's that oftentimes I have run into this particular type of narrative. And this narrative is persons who always try to tell me who I am. But ain't you just do this? And ain't you just do that? And ain't you don't like this? And ain't you don't like that? And ain't this is what you just do? And ain't this is how you think? And this is how you operate? And ain't you don't do that? Somebody is always trying to tell me who I am. And they always say it in such a way where they're looking for agreement. And they're often looking for agreement for two reasons. One, they want an agreement with the identity that they're projecting so they could hold on to the narrative that they have of me. Or they're actually using it as a way of escaping or finding a reason out of being accountable to me in some way. And I bring these two things and I bring this before you because I want you to learn how to boss up. Oftentimes, we don't know when doors are closed in front of us. And we're often fighting to keep doors that are closed open. We're prying it open. We're trying to get access to space, but it's a closed door. And you trying to pry this door open is literally frustrating you. It's not getting you anywhere. You're holding on to narratives, perspectives, people, and things that are not actually profiting you. Matter of fact, even if the spaces that these persons are a part of looks profiting, there are certain characteristic faults and certain characteristic issues that actually don't line up with your value system. And I bring these things to you to say, when are you going to boss up? When are you going to hold yourself accountable to the things that you say that you believe and the vision that you say that you have? Because we talked much earlier about writing the vision, making the vision plain. Habakkuk 2:2. And it really talks about your vision. What is your vision for your life? What are you doing? Are you making this vision plain to you? Is it clear within you that this is who I am, this is what I want to work towards, this is the person that I want to become? Because if that is clear to you, you would not waste time in spaces that are not helping you to get to that goal. And I say this to you in this very assertive way because I have spent so many years wasting time not following the path that I desire. I want to help this one and I want to help that one, and because I'm kind and nice and loving, I want to be a help to everyone, but my life in itself is not moving forward. And when it's time for me to move forward, I can't actually pull from all of these resources to help me to move forward, because guess what? They're on their path. They're on their plan. They have their boundaries in place. They are not wasting time, but guess who's wasting time? You are. You are. Because the demands that are going to come from people every time they say, enter you at this, enter you at that, enter you at the other, you are busy trying to maintain this perspective and this image and this person so that you can be looked at or appeared to be a good person, a nice person, whatever this narrative that you're carrying within yourself. You are doing that to please someone else. And it's actually hurting you. It's actually hurting your future. It's actually hurting your plans. It's actually hurting your dreams. And who's the person who's unfulfilled? Yo. All eyes point to someone. You're the person who's unfulfilled. When are you going to boss up? When are you going to start taking yourself seriously? Tell me. When are you going to start taking your dreams and goals seriously? Listen, every closed door is an indication of where you're not supposed to be. Actually, I value closed doors way more now than I have before. I value every rejection way more now than I have before. Here's why. Rejection actually tells me where I'm not supposed to be. So it actually helps guide me in the right direction of where I'm supposed to be, where there are open doors, where there is favor in my life. And that tells me if I can just continue along the path of favor, if I continue along the path where this is actually an open door, and I continue that path, that's going to help me to get to the person that I'm supposed to become and where I'm supposed to go. Oftentimes, I get so many no's, so many, redirects. Or this is not worth it. Or this makes me feel unfulfilled. Or this relationship is not healthy for me. Or this person doesn't respect me. Or this is not whatever. And I get so much feedback on a daily basis about my life that I take and I say, okay, what does that say to you? All right, let's focus here. Let's redirect. Literally, when you decide to boss up and take yourself seriously, you would see that your focus becomes so much more dialed in. As in, you become so much more aligned with who you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be, and what you're supposed to be doing on the earth. You become dialed in. And let me tell you something. When I decided to focus and I stepped back from things and I said, okay, I love you guys, but I can't invest time there because that's taking up way too much of my time. This is taking way too much of my time and my attention. I need to pull back, redirect, and set myself up to win. And it doesn't mean that I start to propel into doing something else. I decided to focus on the things that I know. I just know within myself, because I've written the vision, I've made it plain. I just knew that this is what I needed to be doing. And when I dialed in and I focused on those things, let me tell you something, the exponential growth that started to take place there and the amount of learning that I've endured and literally just focusing on the area that I'm supposed to be in. I realized that I have a grace for it. I realized that I don't get as frustrated in it, that I may have challenges that may test my leadership ability, that may test my creativity, that may test how I govern things and how I do things and the vision that I have and how I make this vision come to pass and all the goals and all the things that come between the goals and the bumps and the hurdles and all these different things. I realize I have a grace for that. Why? Because I'm in the lane that I'm supposed to be in. I'm focused. I'm set. I'm not distracted. So I'm able to solve situations. I'm able to think differently. I'm able to approach things from a more sensible, mature, articulate perspective and point of view that makes me more effective. Why? Because I'm in my lane. I'm in my zone. I'm in my zone. I'm not wasting time. And when I see hiccups and I see red flags and I see things, I address it one time. Why? Because I've spent so much time before wasting time that now I know exactly what wasting time looks like on the front end. I don't need this to develop anymore. I don't need this to escalate anymore. Let me address this one time. Let me deal with this thing one time. Because I don't want to let it slip now and then continues and then develops into something bigger that I can't control. But we can nip it in the bud now. Let's nip this in the bud one time. And as we've done that, okay, now we can propel into what we're working towards and what we're doing. And we get results. We get results. I'm not trying to do too much. I have been an overworker, a workaholic, everything. Now, I'm not doing that. I'm strategic, I'm deliberate, and I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. I am definitely not in a rush. I understand that things take time to build, so I'm building things layer by layer, brick by brick, and I'm taking my time. And I'm strategically working things through. I'm laying foundations, I'm putting in the steel. I'm working things through strategically so I can get to the outcome that I want. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush because I want to build once. I don't want to build and then it falls apart and I have to build it over again. I want to build once. Just once. Not twice, not 3 times, not. I want to build once. Steady, strong, unmovable. You know, the Bible says, unless God builds the house, they labor in vain that build it. And I believe in that. Everything that I am doing now is so submitted to the instruction of God. God, how do I address this? God, how do I deal with this? God, look at the situation that's in front of me. And I'm not rushing to find a solution. I'm just saying, God, help me find the solution. And let me tell you, cheat code for life. Cheat code for life. Ask God how to solve the problems that you have, big or small. And the insight, the wisdom, and the perspective, I find myself saying, wow, you responded like that? Wow. You thought about that? Wow. When did you become this person? When? Why? Because I'm bossed up. I'm focused. I am dead set focused on who I'm becoming and where I'm going. And I'm working with teams of people and I'm building things strategically and I'm working strategically. I am not in a rush. Trust me. I have battled with anxiety for so much. Anxiety and worrying and overthinking and rushing towards an outcome and becoming so impatient. I am not doing that anymore. Those things don't yield good results. Matter of fact, even if you do get a result, you're so anxious, you get emotions, your whole body's tense. I'm not doing that. I want to walk with ease and calm. Why? Because I'm in my zone. I'm bossed up. I'm bold. I'm unapologetic in who I am and who I'm called to be on the earth. And I'm walking in that lane. And guess what? It doesn't matter who wants what, where, when, and how. It is dependent upon my availability after the vision for my life is met. So my vision, my plan, my habits in alignment with that vision does not compete with somebody else's plan for me. No. Once there's extra time, once there's availability, then yeah. Then I can incorporate you here. But my vision that I'm working towards, the person that I am today and the person that I'm becoming, the things that I'm learning in the lane that I'm growing in, that is priority in my life. That's where my focus is. Because I have a target. I have a target, and yes, I may have deadlines and goals and those kind of things like that. But all the metrics, guys, are great. But if you're not doing it in alignment with what God has called you to do, and when He has set certain pace for you to walk in, then all the metrics are going to fail. All the momentum, if I do this and that, all right, cool. But I don't ever want to attain anything ahead of God, because I know I will crash in some way. Unless God builds the house, they labor in vain. And I don't want to labor in vain. I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life, but I'm about this life. This life where I'm walking in my lane in full alignment and full submission to who God has called me to be on the earth. And my plans, my visions, my workings, my habits, my disciplines are set towards accomplishing that vision. When are you going to boss up? Matter of fact, let's boss up. Let's boss up. Let's walk in our full purpose and our full potential in the identity that God has given us to walk with today on the earth, as we are becoming bigger, better, bold, more unapologetic in the identity that He has given us and the plan and the purpose that He has set for us. We are doing kingdom work. So we need you. We need you to transition. We need you to become bold and unapologetic. We need you to fall in love with the identity that God has given you, because you have to do amazing things on the earth. And we can't wait to see you unfold and become all of who you are called to be today. So guess what? We love you. Let's transition. Let's walk into our purpose and let's walk with that identity today, because we're already here. We're already about that life. We talked about that last week. But guess what? We're bossing up. Love you guys.